Welcome everyone. I am Dr. Rajesh Singh, an assistant professor in Department of Mathematics, Ramanujan College. In this video, I will talk about a research tool called Orcid. Orcid is basically an alphanumeric code which is used to uniquely identify authors and contributors of scholarly communication. So before moving further, let us watch a clip. So as seen in the clip, Orcid is a solution to all the problems that Tom had. So what is basically an Orcid? Orcid is a non-profit organization supported by a global community of member organizations, including research institutions, publishers, funders, professional associations, service providers, and other stakeholders in the research ecosystem. So Orcid basically provides an Orcid ID, a unique 16-digit identifier that you can use to clearly distinguish yourself from other researchers and reliably connect with your own professional affiliations and contributions. So why you should choose an Orcid ID? An Orcid ID reliably connects you with your works, awards and affiliations. Orcid reduces mistaken identity. Having and using your own Orcid ID ensures that you are correctly identified. Since there are many researchers with the same name, so with Orcid ID, it gives a unique identity to each person so that there is no issue of mistaken identity. Researchers control is a core Orcid principle. You own and control your own record. Managing what information is connected and how it is shared is all in your control. Orcid IDs are now embedded in over 500 systems globally, spanning manuscript subscriptions, grant application, and research information management. So basically, whenever you fill some important forms, so in most of the forms, you will find that there is an option to fill Orcid ID. So once you fill your Orcid ID, then all your data related to your Orcid ID is automatically submitted in that form. So it reduces your effort, and also it gives the organization which is asking for form some trust that the person is reliable. It is free for anyone and anyone can use an Orcid ID. It is easy to register and registration does not take much time. All you need is your name, your email address and a password. Your Orcid ID is your lifelong digital identifier. You can use your ID at every stage of your career through your education, jobs and moves. So to register on Orcid, you need to visit www.orcid.org. So let us go to this website and see what all is there on this website. So type in your browser www.orcid.org. So enter. It will take you to the home page of Orcid website. As you can see, this is the home page for Orcid website. So here you can see tabs. This is about the Orcid, for researchers, for membership, documentation, resources, and from here you can sign in and register on this website. So let us first see what's there in about section of Orcid. So as you can see, Orcid is a global not-for-profit organization. It is sustained by fees from their member organizations. Orcid vision is a world where all who participate in research, scholarship and innovation are uniquely identified and connected to their contributions. ORCID ID is unique, persistent identifier, free of charge to researchers, as already explained. An ORCID record connected to the ORCID ID. So this is all there. Now let us see what's there in researchers. So benefits for researchers, what's there in this? Let us see. So on clicking this, you get this. So your ORCID ID is free, unique, persistent identifier that you own and control forever. Registering for your ORCID means that you have a free, unique, persistent identifier as already explained. These benefits are already explained. Okay, so now let us go and see how we can register on this platform. So you can click here, register for your ORCID ID, or you can register from here also. So let us register from here. So there are 3 steps for registration. First, they will ask for personal data, then for security and notification, then visibility and terms and conditions. So let me enter my details. I already have one account on ORCID, but for illustration purpose, I am just filling up this form. So first name, then last name in a separate column. Primary email, so let me enter my email. This is just for illustration purpose. I already own an account on ORCID. Then you can confirm your primary, so you need to re-enter this again. Okay, and then if you have any additional email that you want to add, you can add here, and then you click on next. So this will take you this. So you can see, if you will put your personal data, then it will show you some suggestions based on your name. So there are so many accounts based on the first name and last name. So with Rajesh Singh, there are so many accounts. If you already have an account and under your name, then you can choose that as an option instead of continuing with the registration process. You can see, you can choose this option that I already have an ID, and you can go back to sign in. If none of these are your IDs, then what you can do is you can choose this option, none of these are me, and continue with the registration. So because I am doing this for illustration, so I will choose this option, none of these are me, and I will continue with the registration. So after this, then it will ask me for some password. I have to put password. Password should be of 8 or more characters. There should be 1 letter or symbol and 1 number. So all the 3 conditions are satisfied. Now just reconfirm your password. This, you choose this option. Please send me this. This is optional, so you can choose it or you can leave it, and you just enter next. Now this is visibility settings. So here your ORCID ID connects with your ORCID record that can contain links to your research activities, affiliations, award, and other versions of your name and more. So you control this content and who can see it. So it is giving you the option whom you want to show your content. You can show this to everyone, you can show this to trusted organizations, or you can choose this option, only me. So generally users use this option, everyone, because we are creating ORCID ID to make our content visible to the research community. So that's why people generally choose this one, everyone. So let us choose this. You can choose all these 2 options also. Then you have to give the consent about the privacy policy and terms of use. So give the consent, and then you have to show that you are not a robot. So click on this and click on register. So once you click on register, it will take a few minutes to load your ID. So you will get this message, thank you for registration, we have sent verification message to each of your registered email address, you need to verify your primary before you can begin adding information manually. So you have to first verify your email address. So you have to go to your Gmail account for that. Okay, so this is my Gmail account. So now what you can see, as you can see, I have received a mail from Orcid. So open this link, this email. So thank you for creating your Orcid identifier. Please verify your email address to complete your registration and gain access. So you will have to click on this, verify your email address. So click on this and it will verify your account. So I think my internet is little slow. So as you can see, now you are getting the message, thank you for verifying your email. Now you can add all your details, your employment details, by clicking on this add employment, your qualification details and your education. If you have some invited position from some university or some distinction, you can add all those things. If you have any membership or any service from some society or organization that you want to share with your research community, then you can add that also. If you have received any funding or grant from some institution to support your research, you can add that also. So all these things you can add by clicking on this add works. You can add your research papers also under this section add work. So either you can add your archive ID if you have not published your paper but you have uploaded your paper or archive, so you can add your archive ID. If you have some published paper, then you can add the DOI ID of that, or you can also add pub ID. So all these IDs are there, so you can directly add, or you can import data also from here. So you can see you can manually add some papers or you can import BibTeX. So if you can collect all your papers in BibTeX file and you can import that directly, and it will include all the work research papers or associated with you under your name. So you can see this is my Orcid ID. This is the unique 16-digit identifier number. So 4 plus 4 10 or 8 plus 4 12 plus 4 16. So this is my 16-digit unique ID for this account. Okay, so you can add all those things, and whenever you fill some form, generally they ask for Orcid ID, and you can submit Orcid ID and complete registration instantly, instead of completing the form yourself manually. By simply putting the Orcid ID, this Orcid ID, the form automatically takes all the information from your account and it fills the form. So this is all we have in this video. Thank you.